Hey everyone, my name's Brent. Welcome to Average Surf Reviews, the channel by an average surfer for average surfers. Today we're looking at the Firewire sweet potato in the volcanic construction. This is 5'8" by 22 5/16 by 2 11/16, coming in at 41.4 liters. So this is an Uber groveler. This thing is gonna go in what you would either not surf or only take out a log in. Short, fat, it's like a little biscuit. It's got some crazy bottom contours. I've liked it best as a quad. I've been experimenting recently with the Futures Vector fins, which I'll have a video coming out at another time with. But yeah, Dan Man really kind of came out with a crazy little design. It's a fun little board. Has a lot of speed in the small waves. Handles basically a ripple. You can kind of take this thing out when, again, you wouldn't regularly surf. I will say it doesn't love steep drops. There were a couple days out of the Gulf with a little hurricane swell. It has a little bit more water movement. Steep drops it doesn't love because it is a really flat board. It is basically just a flat little biscuit. The volcanic construction I've liked a lot so far. Pretty strong, really lightweight. I found it to be kind of the lightest board I have. Granted, it is the shortest board I have. 5'8" for reference. I am 6'3", about 205 to 210-ish pounds. With a wetsuit, you can add on a lot more. But yeah, it's been a fun board to ride. I've certainly enjoyed it. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone looking for a board that's just, again, gonna go ride anything. It's great in kind of a two-board quiver to have a daily driver and then something like this that can really handle anything that you wouldn't want to surf in. It is certainly something I very much so appreciate having in my quiver, and I would recommend. Moving on to fins, I have this in a Futures. I have actually really enjoyed the Futures Vector 3.2. I have these in the largest because I'm a larger guy, but I've liked it a lot as a quad with these fins. It feels funky. The board just kind of gets up and goes. Now it's a board that does that regularly, but I think these fins in the really small gutless waves that are really kind of crumbly and you really give it your all to scratch on. It gives a little bit more lift, a little bit more fun out the tail. This is a board that you do have to surf really far back. I'm a front-footed surfer, so I struggle sometimes with being too far forward on this board. You really gotta get your back foot all the way back. I actually ripped the tail pad off and put a new one on a little bit farther back. I even cut out a little notch for the string plug because it really needs to be far back there. But this in a quad setup, I had a ton of fun with on. I tried this session once with a thruster. Don't love this board as a thruster. I don't think it's meant to be a thruster. But as a quad with this the vector setup and the Apple technology from Futures, I've really enjoyed. I also rode this a lot in the Black Sticks Futures 2+1. So this is a little bit of a bigger trailing fin, which I didn't love in this board, to be honest. I felt like there was a little bit too much drag back there, being a little bit of a larger trailing fin in comparison. There is the 3.2. So again, it's not a big trailer, but for me in a board like this, where I'm trying to surf it in the smallest of waves, any sort of drag is bad.
Overall, the Sweet Potato has been a super fun board, and I've been very grateful to have it in my quiver. Would absolutely recommend for small waves, but would make sure that you have another board that you'd be able to use when the kind of swell turns on a little bit, as it doesn't handle those steep drops very well. But all in all, would absolutely recommend. I'm gonna keep this in the quiver. It's been a ton of fun to surf, especially when the waves are tiny. And yeah, stay stoked. Hope to see you guys in another review again soon.